Now I see that you didn't mention when he went back to Mecca and kind of like the Islam portion of his life. You didn't really highlight that much in the book. Is there a particular reason why?
Yeah, I in the back I have like important dates, so I do talk about. I touch on when he goes, but I didn't make a I didn't make a big thing about it because what I wanted readers to pick up on was that his trips overseas were much bigger than his visit to Mecca, his pilgrimage to Mecca.
You know what? They do highlight just Mecca.
Yeah, they always talk about Mecca and Malcolm's transformation after Mecca. But see, Malcolm went to Africa twice. He went while he was still in the Nation of Islam. Yeah, Elijah Muhammad sent Malcolm and a few of the other brothers over to Africa in '57. Then 7 years later, after Malcolm departs the Nation of Islam, he goes back to Mecca. But after he leaves Mecca, he goes back to Africa again. And that is where he's not given, not a lot of credit is given to those Africa trips. But see, those Africa trips inspired a lot in Malcolm to develop that OAAU. That's when he goes back to his Garveyite upbringing, those Pan-African, that type of Pan-African approach to unity and approach to solving problems. You know what I'm saying? It's those visits to Africa that does that. After Malcolm comes back from Africa, that's when Malcolm says, listen, I'm willing to forget the differences that I've had with other Negro leaders, and I want them to forget the differences that they've had with me. Mecca didn't do that. Not downplaying Islam, but Mecca was,
you just mentioned it.
Mecca was more of a spiritual conviction of his on a more of a personal level, but it was his trips to Africa that made him a better organizer. He sought to develop a more global approach to organization. So when he comes back and he's letting bygones be bygones with Martin Luther King and these other leaders, that's because when he went to Africa and South, he realized if we gonna unite, I gotta put my issues to bed here with my brothers here in America, no matter what their philosophy is. Because at the end of the day, we're working towards the same goal. And our goal is African redemption. You see what I'm saying? So, and that happened, and I really feel in reading, you can tell that was ignited by his trips to Africa. So, and there's not a lot of emphasis put on them. Malcolm goes to Africa, and they give him a new name. You know what I'm saying? They call him Omowale. A Nigerian student gives him that name. You see what I'm saying? Bro. It's not talked about. They talk about his name change after Mecca. They say after he went to Mecca, he changed his name to El-Hajj Malik El-Shabazz. He actually changed his name to Malik El-Shabazz right after sometime right around the time he got out of prison. You see what I'm saying? Malik El-Shabazz was already his name during that time. He put the El-Hajj on it after he went to Mecca. And so, but see the way that the white man remixes our information, they'll have you thinking he goes to this Arabic place, he goes to Mecca, and now he has his newfound identity and outlook on life. So again, teach me about Malcolm. I'm not trying to dispel it, but I'm trying to show you Africa is what changed Malcolm. It wasn't Mecca and Mecca alone, it was Africa. And our children have to know that.